Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mommy coming to you with another video. Today I am here to discuss my week 2 budget. It is June 14th and I will be going line by line and detail by detail along with step by step as to how I will be satisfying my budget for this week. So without further ado, if you are interested in videos like this, please stay tuned. Okay, everyone, we are back and we are gonna dive right into week 2's budget. Like I said, today is June 14th and I am going to go through my little budgeting technique to show you guys how I actually budget out my paycheck for the week. Remember, I have started to use my little color markers. I'm excited about that so that we can be able to see, some of the parts of the budget and some of the labeling that stands out so that I'm colorizing it so that you can kind of know what numbers mean a certain thing. So it's probably going to be a challenge for me to try to keep this thing in frame today. I have moved this notepad around I don't know how many times, but we're just going to dive right in because I'm not going to be totally satisfied with this frame here. So let's get going. This is week 2. So for week 2, we have the first mortgage. So I'll just call it mortgage 1. And I will set aside $306 for that. The security system is $24.95. Netflix is coming in at $13.99. South Africa trip for my daughter who's going there next year in 2020, $62. The auto insurance, I set aside $48.25 for that. My student loan payment, I set aside $108 for that. Now the second mortgage, remember that is the debt that I am currently aggressively paying off. I'm going to send them, which remember the bill is normally due on week 4, but I send them some monies every week. So I will be sending in an extra payment of $283.86. Then we have the children lunch. Now this, of course, normally takes place during the school year, but since school is out, what I end up doing is just moving that money over to the savings account or the bill savings account. Then once school start back, we'll move that back out into, the weeks when it's needed for children lunch. So that's $30. Then of course, I have my household expenses, which I take out in cash for $194. And then we have the children's savings account where they automatically deduct the $28.50 from my account and it goes directly into their accounts. And lastly, we have my HOA fees, my homeowner association fees, where I set aside $6.60 for a total of $1,106.15. Okay. Now, based on that total amount, that is going to be how I will satisfy all expenses for the week. Remember, based on the amount of money that I make this week, I'm going to have an overage of $104.85. So I'm in the positive, monies that I have left over. Remember, I like to keep a small cushion in the account because you never know what may happen. Some little odds and ends may come in, and that is for a total of $26.15. So I will have to take that. I would subtract that from the $104.85 overage. So that's going to give me a total of positive $78.70. Okay, so that's what I will have left over once we satisfy all debts for the week. Basically, this will be the amount that I will put away in the bill savings account to assist with other week's bills. With other week's bills. And you know I love writing myself notes so that I can know what I am dealing with. So this $78.70 will be the amount that I would technically put away in the bill savings account to help with other week's bills. Now that's step number one. We go through, we tally up all the bills, we come up with a total. If it's positive, we know we're putting it away. If it's negative, we know we need to pull out of the bill savings account to assist. Since it's positive, that's what we're going to be doing. Now we move on to step two. Remember, step two is to put a PA, which stands for put away, into the bill savings account besides every debt that I am not going to currently pay for this week. Those debts are going to include the auto insurance. Remember, it's not due this week. The student loans is due on week 4, so that would be put away. And the homeowners association fee, remember I pay that about 4 times a year. I think I pay it at the end of December, the end of March, the end of September. I think that's kind of how it rotates. Then we start again at the end of December. So that's the way that goes. So we have this week, we have the 3 accounts that or 3 expenses that I will not have to pay this week. And we're going to label those pink so they can stand out, and you'll know that those are the amounts that I need to put away. Okay, so remember the third step will be to actually add up what those put away totals are. So basically we will have the $48.25 plus the $108 plus the $6.60, which gives me a total of $162.85. I am trying my best to keep this in frame. I can't write straight, so I'm gonna have to turn my tablet sideways. So I am really hoping you guys are able to see that. So the total amount that we'll be putting away this week in the bill savings account is going to be $162.85. Okay. So I want my 2 put away amounts to have the same color. That's indicating that those amounts will be put away. And we can label this with a pink circle because it matches your put away totals. Okay, so these totals indicate this line here. Your put away amount is $162.85. Okay, now since we have these 2 amounts here that we're actually putting away, what we will need to do is add those 2 together. Now remember what we got here. The reason why we're adding these 2 together is because this is my overage amount that's left over. Once we satisfy all these bills, this is the amount that's left over, plus this amount, which are the $162.85, are the 3 put away expenses. So we need to add those 2 numbers together, $78.70 plus the $162.85, which is going to give us the total amount that we need to put away, which is going to be $241.55. So that actually becomes the put away amount that we're going to, the total put away amount to assist with other week's bills. Now to this number, I'm going to add the word technically. And you all already know what that means. That means that there may be some shuffling of monies that may not physically get moved, but it may get moved around on this paper. So some may be put into the Bill's checking savings account, or some may be pulled out of the Bill savings account, but not physically, just technically on the paper. Now, the reason why I say that is because we have two of the debts that we are going to have to pay this week. Two of the bills are actually due this week, which is my first mortgage. We're going to put a little triangle by that one. And also the South Africa trip. So these amounts are due this week. Okay? So you can make sure we're in frame. I'm going to put a little triangle beside those, and you'll see why in a minute. So we will label those purple. So now, remember, these bills are due this week, but remember, this is only a portion that I set aside for each one of these bills. So for my mortgage, I set aside 3 weeks of $306. And for the South Africa trip, I set aside 4 weeks worth of $62. So if I only set aside 3 weeks of 306 and only pulled out the 306 for this week, that means I'm going to have to go into my bill savings account to pull out the other 2 weeks. So basically, what I mean by that is we have the mortgage totaling is $918 a month. So if we have 306 from here, I need to grab the other two 306s. So I'm just going to start. Let's see if we can move this in frame. I am trying, guys. I am trying. Let's see if we can move down so we can see this. Trying to give me some room so I can still add and subtract. So now I need to take 306 plus 306 equals 512. So basically, those are the other 2 week amounts that I need to pull out of my bill savings account to satisfy the mortgage. That's not the mortgage. That's $918. I normally pay more per month on my mortgage. And let's also write what the total amount of the South Africa trip is per month. It is $248. So both of these amounts will be paid this week, but remember, I only set aside a portion out of this paycheck to satisfy these numbers. Okay, so of course, we already have the 306 set aside here. Okay, my math is off, guys. Okay, that should be 306 plus 306 is 612. So we'll get the 612 out of the bill savings account for the mortgage to go with this 306 to give us that total of 918. We'll do the same thing with the South Africa trip. Remember, I'm only setting aside $62 a week for that. So that means I need to pull out the additional monies. So that would be the remaining 3 weeks of $62 that I need to pull out. And I have my calculator here, so we are going to see what 62 times 3 is. Okay, so that's 186. Okay, so these are the 2 amounts that I will pull out of bills savings to assist with paying for these 2 debts or expenses for this week. Okay. So with that being said, these 2 numbers we will add together because that's going to give us the total amount we need to pull out, which is going to be 612 plus the 186, which will give me a total of 798. And that is why I have the triangle around the number up top, because that is the total amount that we will need to pull out of the bill savings account, which is mortgage 1 plus South Africa trip. That's how we get this $798. Okay. And of course, you know I like to write my notes. Pull out of Bill's savings account. Okay. That's what we have here. Pull out of the Bill savings account. $798. Okay. Now remember, we have this total here of $241 that I am technically supposed to put away for this week's bills and the overage amount that I have left over. So if I need to put an amount away and pull an amount out, that means those two numbers need to be subtracted. So let's subtract those two numbers. We have 700. Let's get in frame here. $798 minus the 241.55. That's going to give me a total of $556.45. Okay, remember the $798 is the total I need to take out. The $241.55 is the number that I need to put in. So basically, with the taking out amount being the largest, that is what we're going to have to do. So in reality, I am going to take, this is the total takeout amount from Bill's savings account, okay, to assist with this week's bills. Let's make sure I got that in frame here. So yeah, this is my total amount here. Okay, let's close my tablet up so we can see this real quick. Okay. So if you can look down there, there we go. Yeah, so this $798 minus the $241.55 equals this $556.45, which is the total takeout amount from the bills account. And remember, that is to assist me in satisfying both of these debts. Okay, so this is the total amount I will be pulling out in reality. So, and I think that is pretty much it. Let's see if I can put this entire sheet in frame so that you all can kind of capture it and see what's going on. So basically, that is what I will be doing for this week. That's how I'm going to satisfy my debts. I will be paying 2 payments, a mortgage of $918 and a South Africa trip of $248. And at the end of the day, I will be pulling out the $556.45 to satisfy those 2 debts. Okay? That is all I have for today, YouTube family. I am going to sign off. Of course, I will be back on Thursday to do a recap to see if everything that I actually wrote down on this piece of paper was satisfied. I'm just trying to kind of move my tablet up and down so that you guys can get a full glimpse of what's going on. And remember, if you have any questions about how I do my budget, how I move monies from my Bills savings account to my Bills checking account and vice versa, feel free to drop me a line in the comment section. I would also love for you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And once again, this is Dr. Mommy signing off, where we dream big, but start small around here. Until next time, peace.